What's going on, family? This is not financial advice. I just hope you bunch of Miss Baby, and it's about to get hot in the kitchen. And I want to say this. I know you're looking at the title and you're thinking, double your money. I ain't talking about get rich quick. I'm talking about how do you really double your money? Is it possible to do in a year? What's the average that people double their money? And I'll tell you this, if you're trying to do it and you're not investing or you're trying to save your way to get there, then you're doing it wrong. It just is what it is. There are people who have invested into things like XRP, for example, they got in maybe a year ago. They might have doubled their money in that case. There are people who got into NVIDIA maybe a year and a half ago. They doubled their money in that case. There are people who only invested into the S&P 500. And in the last 5 to 7 years, they doubled their money too. So it's totally possible to do. You just got to understand who you are. Are you an investor? Are you a trader? And understand your time frames. And in this video, I'm going to give you ideas as to how to figure out who you are in this case and how we're going to knock it out of the park. I want to give a shout out to Stock Mo. If you want to subscribe to this channel, which I highly encourage, the link is in the top of the description. I want to give a shout out to Larry Jones. Stock up with Larry Jones. The link is in the top of the description. And then last but not least, the chart GOAT Stocks with Josh. Family, put a like in the chat. Oh, yeah. Oh, you know what? This isn't just about us. I got something special that I'm trying to do. I don't know if you can see it, but you might be able to. I tried to do it. I'm paying somebody either their car note this month or their electric bill. I'm trying to show out for the family. But there's only one way. There's only one way that we're going to get there, and we got to get there together. So how's that? I think you can see it. I put a super chat goal up, and if we hit 10, I'm blessing somebody. Straight up like that. If we hit 10, I'm just going to straight bless you. Let me make sure that I'm looking at the right things in the background so I know that we are on point. But if you are in crypto or stocks, you should be on a heater right now, an absolute heater. Let me check the background, see how everything is going. We're looking good, we're looking good, we're looking good. The goal, oh, I didn't do it. I got to rewrite it. Let me see, 10, super chats, boom, 2 hours. Let me reset this. You'll see this pop up, everybody. But if we get there, I got you. But if we don't, hey, it is what it is. So, paying someone's rent. And I want to actually start off with Josh. Josh, can you give us an overview of what's going on in the stock market right now? And what is your look going towards the end of the year?
Well, I become pretty bullish so far, with the caveat that we are sitting at all-time highs. And, NVIDIA's been carrying the markets higher. I think it's clear to see that the AI story turned out to be 100% intact. This has been the longest, most anticipated recession that I can ever recall. I mean, people have been talking about recession ever since 2022. We had a bad year in 2022, but people were saying that we were really going to go off a cliff because of all the big problems we had. Of course, that never really happened. 2023 was an absolute rocket ship. I mean, just think about everything that you could have bought back at Meta, right? Back in 2023, all in on Meta. And of course, we've been climbing. And, again, finally, the idea that 2025 was going to be the year that everything would unwind. And we had another flash drop, but we straight V-shaped it. Now we went up pretty high, brand new highs. The last 2 weeks, we've been within the previous week's candle. So 3 weeks back, we've been inside that candle, which means we're not advancing, but we're not falling. The market's sort of waiting through this period of time in which Trump has got these deals that he's supposedly going to work out. We've come and gone with the EU deal. The taco trade remained intact. It got kicked down the road. And now we've got the China deal's going to come to a head here soon. And so the market's just waiting to see what happens. But largely, you would think that we'd have to pull back a little bit, but I would say that the market looks great. And the worst that could happen would be that we would pull back to the 50-day moving average and simply begin to set up for the remainder of the year to push through into Q3 earnings. So I would say largely I'm bullish. And that we're beginning to see breadth in the market, which means that money is pouring over into the risky stuff, the small caps that were 50 cents, $5, they're blasting up to $5 and $25. It just tells you this is not a market that's scared. The VIX, which measures fear, is down in the gutter, and nobody's panicking and nobody's hedging their long position. Everybody's anticipating another round of good earnings. So largely, I'm staying in the vibe. I'm staying in the trend. It's your friend until the end, and it's bullish right now.
Thank you for that, Josh. Larry Jones, what's your overview on the market as we speak?
Man, I'm loving this market. There's a bull market somewhere. Hey, look, I'm just telling you guys, if you have been a bear this year, there's people on this platform that's been bears for the last 2 and 3 years now. Josh knows exactly who I'm talking about. And you just
It's true.
miss so much money. You got to trade the market that you're in. We're making money. These guys are making money. Occasionally I stop in on all of these guys. I see Mo live trading, printing money. I see Josh live trading, printing money. These guys, I've been teaching options, portfolios, killing it, cryptos killing it, swing trades killing it. We're just making money, right? And so trade the market that you're in. Now, there's going to be some more bad news that comes. We'll deal with it when we get there. But there's something called stop losses, even with crypto, trailing stop losses with the stock market. I think we're going to end yet higher, though we're going to probably do a cool off, maybe in Q3. But by the end of this year, Q4, I think we're going to be up. We got the crypto bill. They're voting on it right now as we speak. I was watching it just before we went on. Things are looking extremely good for crypto and a new higher price points. Again, I've had CEOs of Bitcoin mining companies that were saying 180, and we just may hit it. I yield the floor.
Thank you for that. Stock Mo, give us an overview on the market in general. It could be the stock market, the crypto market, or both.
People over at my place, we are eating. The buffet is open. I hope you guys are ready because I know Larry said he's been coming over to my channel, and I've been putting all of that sweet, delicious plays out there for the family to eat with me. I have shared this over and over again. I'm going to share all three on Keenan's channel now to let the world feast a little piece of this profit. It's been fun. Here's a small crypto challenge I did a few months ago. And since then, bonk. You talked about Keenan saying double your money. How about
Come on,
bonk
baby.
tripling my money? I
Come
put a
on,
grand
baby.
in. I'm now at 3. So bonk running like a champ. So it is possible. But you notice out of all my cryptos in this small account challenge, and this was where I put 500,000, maybe a little bit more based on US based, ETF based. It was a whole strategy. It's working like a champ. Now that's nice. I have a profit of $7,000 over the last couple of months. Then we move on to my Coinbase. $55,000 up in 1 month. Man, that's living life, right? But I wanted to start something on my channel, in my community, in my Discord, where we're 100% transparent. Boom, the public gets to see it. My $2 million portfolio. And I started this last week. In under a week, this thing is up $140,000 live in front of people.
Congratulations.
Between the three portfolios, the buffet is open. These gentlemen sitting here with me today, and you can see I moved all this money into this account so I could start showing people my moves. If you like the transparency, put a fire emoji in the chat. Put a cat in the chat if you like the transparency. You want to see it. No spreadsheets anymore. We are doing live portfolios. And I want to show people, good or bad, up or down, what I'm doing, my research. I've been calling for crypto to absolutely run when many were saying it was over. I put my money where my mouth is. It is showing up on the receipts. And for the family that's joined me, it's been glorious. In a little bit, 200K up. It's not lost on me because when we come on here to give you guys knowledge nuggets to help you learn and earn, there you go. There you go, man. We got Fast stacks of blue cheese rolling up on this right now. I'm telling you this. So with that being said, we all come on here with our own special set of skills, and we're trying to help you all
I
out.
love it.
And that's the truth.
Yeah.
And I always say this, man, poverty isn't something you have to be for the rest of your life. I was born into poverty. I didn't let it define me. I broke through it. And I've been set back to it multiple times. I've been robbed of all my crypto. I had my wife with her cancer. I got robbed of so much in life, but I never let it stop me. I kept the idea of trying to better my family and those around me in the forefront. And I hope you do too. So when I sit here with these three gentlemen, I realize this isn't just a live stream. This isn't just about getting views. It's about changing lives. And it's exactly what we're trying to do. Never lose track of that. We don't need to be here. We want to be here. And so when you watch us, hate me, like me, I don't care, because I'm still going to try my best to help you. I'm going to lift others up. I know these gentlemen are going to lift others up, and I hope we're doing that right now.
Yes.
Mo, that's a beautiful thing, man. So you saying you got
Yep.
a $2 million portfolio? Listen, family, if you want Mo to send you some money, put a one in
Yeah,
the chat.
come on, man. Y'all want y'all's bills
Put a
paid?
number one
Mo,
Mo in
send
the
us some
chat.
money, man. Put a one in
I
the
got a
chat.
loan, just so you guys know. I had to go down to Keenan's house and get a loan for that portfolio.
Hey,
$2
Mo.
million. I said,
Hey,
he
Mo.
opened up his wallet. He's like, "Here, just pay it back when you can." I was like, "Thanks, Keenan. I appreciate it." Now we
Yeah,
got to
He
turn
done
it in.
said that
some.
ain't worth me going into my back pocket. This
Yeah,
fresh
he
from-
just said, "Just take it. Just take it."
Say, hey. Everybody, listen, hit the like. I'm looking at the likes. We got 286 likes. You just see Mo show you a $2 million portfolio, family, on a live stream, and we don't even have 200-300 likes. Hit the like
Come
button,
on.
boy. Let's get it. Let's get it. Look, all of us, we say, hey, Mo, send us a 0% interest rate loan. Let's get it.
Right. Right.
0%
Listen,
interest.
Hey, I remember, man. I know the struggles, Keenan. I remember being young with my family, my kids, babies, and I knew I could invest, but I didn't have the money. So I'd take these 0% loans for like 12 months on a credit card, cash it out, and they would give you 12 months of 0%. And I had to do that and then redo it when the rates were low and try to invest that money, make $1,000 or $2,000 a year, pay off the loan. I had to be there. So I know a lot of you out there are struggling. I've been there. I was on WIC and things like that when I had my family. It was rough being on the government. I didn't want to be on the government. I grew up on food stamps. We had government cheese. I mean, I've shared this before, but there's no reason we're stuck in that life. And we can break those chains.
Hey, Keenan, can you bring me up? Mo just inspired me a little bit.
I didn't mean to make this a whole gospel thing, guys.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just
we
feel the
helping
love.
people.
Yeah, I feel the love.
We helping the
of them, you know.
people. We helping the people. Let's see here. Boom. There we go. I posted this today. I made this portfolio for the family, right? I posted this today. Most of this is since Liberation Day, people. A lot of the people that's been following me, this is, you guys see this? These are not options. These are stocks that I did. I had positions in all of these, but you know, a lot of people got liquidated. And my people that's been following me, I have 5 portfolios that I've been sharing in there since day one. And we've been building together. You know what I'm saying? We've been building together. And every time they took a hit, we went down because these plays were printing money. And guess what? SoFi, Affirm, because of the bill, these are going to pump even more. And even Roblox and Palantir is doing, of course, what you see it's doing. And what my point is that we're doing this to help you guys. And even on these live shows, I've always showed I showed some portfolios that I started to build with you guys. So yes, all of us have big portfolios, but we also have portfolios that we're trying to help you guys with, starting from one. Every single one of us over the years have said, let's start with $100. Let's start with $1,000. I know Keenan Grace did. Mo did it,
Yeah, you showed it.
1,000 to 10,000. We all do this, and it's not just a game. It's to help encourage you guys to let you know that you can do this. Don't believe the hype or the lie that you can't beat the S&P 500, because every single one of my portfolios is smashing the S&P 500, has been since 2020. Okay, and this is not braggadocious. This is because I actively invest and trade all the time, just like these gentlemen. And
Mm-hmm.
so we're not doing this just to show you, look at my big portfolios. I know some of you are looking and saying, $2 million. Wow, that's far beyond me. No, your $2 million may be $20,000, right? Your $2 million may be $2,000. So set your eyes on a realistic prize. Then when you get, Josh, I want you to come behind this because I know you got something loaded. Josh, what's the difference from growing a portfolio from $2,000 to 20,000? So you start with two and you grow that to 20,000. What's the difference from going to 20,000 to 200,000? Tell them what the difference is, Josh.
Well, I'm not, I can just say this, that if you can grow from 2,000 to 20,000, it would be way easier to grow from 20,000 to 200,000, because
Yes.
really you're going to make all your mistakes with that first 2,000, right? And, but eventually when you get off the ground and you begin to find a pattern where you're consistently profitable, you have to have a trade plan. You just can't follow every single wind and, hot stock that somebody's talking about. The truth is you got to ignore all of that, right? And you've got to come up with a daily trade plan so that you can consistently lock in some daily profit. And really, I'll tell you this, and I'm not sure if this addresses your question, Larry, but I'll tell you this, that when you actually get your confidence up, scaling will happen. You'll find a way of scaling quickly, but you've got to be able to prove to yourself at some dollar amount, whether it's 1,000, 2,000, or 3,000, you got to be able to prove to yourself that you can grow it and not lose it. And, and that just takes time and practice and a little bit of investment in yourself.
Hey, Keenan, I want you to jump in on this. Keenan, I want you to say something, and this is your show, but I just want to say this, and I don't care if I don't talk for the rest of the show. I just, in my heart of hearts, I want people to know this. Because I know Keenan is loaded with an answer for this. And actually, he's the one that I was really thinking of behind Josh. Once you turn 2,000 into 20,000, I guarantee you will get creative and start finding more money. And not only will you find more money, you're going to start putting more money into your investments. That's what you're going to do.
Yep.
You're going to devalue buying junk, and you're going to start valuing building wealth. I guarantee you that's what's going to happen. I yield the floor. Keenan, what you got? Man, I know you got some fire on this.
I do. I got some fire on this. I keep seeing family, hit the like button. We got 500 likes. I want to get more people in the building so they can hear this. We got to get this message out. We just had Larry Jones just drop some gems. We just had Mo show y'all a $2 million portfolio. We just had Josh tell you what can be done from going from 2,000 to 20,000 to 200,000. We really bringing you the heat. This is what needs to go viral on the internet, and it's up to you to make it go viral by telling YouTube they need to send this out. But I wanted to say something. Braggadocious, I can't lie. I'm gonna give you some bail, Samurai. I read that wrong. Hold up. I read that wrong. I was about to get on you.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
I was about to get on you. I thought I read braggadocious when we seen Mo put that $2 million portfolio up. I thought you were saying braggadocious. I was about to get on you. I was about to say, yo,
Some bop coming.
where my notepad at? Because I was talking to somebody today, and this is on Twitter. If you ain't following me on Twitter, then you might have missed it. And I said, yo, Bitcoin just hit 123,000 the other day. If you're not buying Bitcoin on a dip, then you're just gonna have to watch it go up for the rest of your life. And this is just how it's been for the entirety of Bitcoin. So then somebody jumped in the comments, right? And if you in the comments again, I believe you are a king, and I will never disrespect you. I just disagree with you. And he
Look.
said, Keenan, you trying to shill Bitcoin, and people need to be buying XRP or XLM instead. And I'm thinking like,
Lord have mercy.
I'm thinking to myself, wait, broke people think this
Yeah.
or I could do this
Come
or
on.
I could do this. Do you think if Elon Musk liked
I'm about to
XRP
throw my shoe at you, Keenan.
or
You
if
better
Elon
preach,
Musk
boy.
like Bitcoin, he got to choose which one he can invest in? No. That's not how the
No.
billionaires are doing it. So you got to think like that too. But you got to think like that now. You got to think like that right now. And I want to tell you some things. NVIDIA is a company who is the biggest company in the world. They just hit $4 trillion. Do you realize that they could use every single dollar that they have and invest it into NVIDIA? But no, they said, wait, we need to invest in other companies too, because they realize that you don't have to be all in on just one thing. You could also choose other things, because
That's
life is about making choices, and the better choices you make, the better results you will get. So instead of thinking about wait, because I have XRP, I can't have no Bitcoin? Because I have
Did you sell all your
XLM,
stock,
I can't have any
Keenan?
XRP? What?
Did
That's
you sell
broke
all your stock
mindset.
and buy crypto, Keenan?
Say that again?
Did you sell all your stock and buy crypto?
No, and I never will. And I'll never sell all my crypto and buy stock. It's
Damn.
and. I like stocks. I like crypto. I like Bitcoin. I like XRP. I like all of these things that can make me money, because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. It's about, are these things going to make you some money? And that's how we getting down. So far, we got 8 super chats, 2 more, and I'm paying somebody's either electric bill or I'm paying what else did I say? I forget what I had wrote in there, but you, listen, I'm going to keep it straight with you. I'm paying you either your electric bill or, I said rent. I meant car note. Well, I'll stick to it though. I'll stick to it. If we get there, I got you. One or the other. So now, with that being said, I'm super inspired. I'm super inspired because I thought Samurai said braggadocious, and it made me think of that, because I'm thinking like, wait, when you get around people who are successful, none of them are bragging. They just talking about what's going on. Hey, I just closed this $5 million deal. Elon Musk isn't going to think you bragging if you tell him that. Jeff Bezos isn't going to think you bragging if you tell him that. They're going to think you telling them what you did. So make sure that you get people in your circle who are telling you what they did. And what they did isn't always, hey, you know what? I stayed on the couch all day. Or, hey, I finished binge watching this Netflix series. What about people who are making some real moves, right? Add at least one of them into your circle. And I got 3 guys right here that you should add to your circle. So when you see, Mo's talking about he got this portfolio. Larry just showed me his portfolio. Josh, the chart go, wait, who do I have in my circle? Add people into your circle, family, so you could really turn it all the way up. Now, with that being said, I want to give you some pointers as to things to look at. The first thing I want you to look at is, if you don't hold any cryptocurrency at all, I would encourage you to, when you see Bitcoin dip down, buy some. I would encourage it. I can't tell you to do it, but I would encourage it, because that's what I would tell my mother. That's what I would tell somebody I cared about. I want you to do your research, because investments, they carry risk. You can lose. If you have a long-term horizon, I would encourage you to maybe buy some Bitcoin. As you learn more about crypto, I want you to maybe potentially buy some altcoins. Look into this. Do your research on this, because the possibility to double your money in the stock and crypto market has just hit a point that is never hit before. So in history, we've had all of these different bear markets and crypto winters, but all of a sudden, the game is a little bit different this time. And whenever you hear that, it's often not true. But we just got the House of Representatives to pass some legislation on stable coins, which might get signed into law one day. We shall see. And it's called the Genius Act. If you heard the Genius Act, put a G in the chat so I know I'm talking to people who are well informed. But if you have not heard of it, one of the main pieces in there, and there's always going to be fluff inside of any kind of bill, they call it pork. If you read into it, there is actually something that's really good in there. And in this Genius Act that just passed the House, they said that they want companies who make stable coins to prove that they have the cash reserves to back up those stable coins. So if you deposit $100 into an institution, nowadays they could turn that 100 into 1,000 and then loan it out. But they're saying that the stable coin institutions will have regulation so they could slow that down, which will do one thing. It'll make other institutions more confident in crypto. And when institutions are confident in crypto, like BlackRock, which is the largest asset manager in the world that just hit over $12 trillion,
Yep.
when they're confident in it, they start to invest more money in it. And they're on track by May of next year, if they keep up this pace, to be the largest holder of Bitcoin in the whole world. Why is this important? Because this is the fastest moving ETF that they've ever created, the IBIT ETF. Family, the rich are getting involved in cryptocurrency, and I actually encourage you. I can't tell you what to buy, hold, or sell, but I encourage you, when you see these pullbacks, you do your research and consider if it's time for you to get in, because I'm telling you this right now, your boy is getting in. Josh, you look like you itching over there to say something. You got something?
Yeah, no, I was just thinking about Bitcoin and where we're at right now. You guys have been talking about it, and we are in July, and August, September, October, after the run up that we're in right now, this is a period in which Bitcoin is normally pretty strong. Bitcoin's strength is one of the reasons why I believe the overall market's going to remain strong, is because the market's looking down the road for the Fed actually cutting. And I believe that we can rally up to the anticipation of that moment. And I think eventually it's going to be sort of a buy the rumor, sell the news event. But right now things are looking good. And I'm looking at Bitcoin right now, and we're at 100 and pretty much 19,000, 118,828. And if we close the month, and I gave this prediction on my show, Keenan, if we close the month over 120,000 in the month of July, knowing that August, September, and October can be very strong for crypto, I think that it could be shocking. I mean, we don't know exactly how things will turn out, but the markets are at all-time highs. We're getting ready to go into these earnings. And there's a lot that can come together for an extremely bullish market. The market wants to go higher right now. And I know it's scary to put money in. I took a lot of money out of crypto, and I'm slowly putting it back in right now into some of the alts. But things are just showing incredible resilience right now. So I'm bullish.
I love that. And I want to say we hit our goal. We actually flying past it, right? So this is what I'll say as well, right? We literally flying past the goal. You guys are, all right, stop sending money, guys. Cut it out. We got there. What I want to do is this. Since we flying way past these goals, I'm the type of person that loves to give back. So I'm going to pay one person's rent. Angel, it's going to be you, big dog. It's going to be you. What I want you to do is go to my email. I'll actually type it in the chat. Angel, you email me, and I'm going to send you, email me, and I'm going to send you the money for this rent. I need your Cash App or your PayPal. If we get this video to 2,500 viewers, we only got 20 minutes or 18. I'll pay somebody else rent too. That's how we going to do it. I'm giving it all. I'm going double. We doubling down.
Hey, Kenny, can I say this? Angel?
How do we get there? You got to hit the like so the video can get pushed. Larry, go ahead.
Angel, first person you see in the morning, you better bless somebody else. You better pay it forward. You may not be able to give them what you got, but you pay it forward. You cannot receive and not give. And so whatever way it is for you to give, that's what this is about. It's supposed to be what he did was throw a stone in the water, and it ripples out. So you're supposed to be a ripple. So your name is literally Angel. Okay? So don't let the blessing stop with you. All right? Because I know Keenan gives all of the time, and we all like that. I've seen all these gentlemen give, all right? But don't let it stop right here.
Yep.
And tell somebody about Keenan's page.
I agree with that totally. And I say the only way to get in this world is to give, family. You got to give. When you give, what happens is you just get so much in return. And even if you didn't, you had the gift of being able to bless somebody else. That's a gift in itself. So Angel, definitely email me. And if you having any issues, which you should not, then I want you to try to connect to me some way. Whether you in KGU, whether you commented on my videos, connect to me, family. But the email is the best one. Now, if we get all of these likes, the video is gonna get pushed, and then I'm gonna get somebody else on it. But we got like 15 minutes to do that. So just know, let me know. Now, I want to get back to some more points. We talking about doubling your money. We talking about doubling your money. We just told you how people are doing it in crypto. We just seen Mo just double some money in Bonk token. Mo, what even made you invest in that at all?
Yep. So as I set that up way back, Keenan, and not only doubled it, I tripled it. And what I did is I wanted to do something for the public, for the people out there watching my channel. You guys know I'm a crypto expert, so I was combining the macroeconomic situations, the M2, the big beautiful bill, putting it all together, and knowing some of the future legislation we were probably going to look at that was going to be very crypto friendly, including the Genius Act and some few others that they're working on. I figured this is the time. And so I wanted to show people that there was an opportunity in taking your research or others who are around. It doesn't have to be me. It can be anybody out there you trust that you believe in, but do your own due diligence. And at that time, I wanted to key in on two segments in the crypto space, one being any of the cryptos that have ETF approval or they have applications for ETFs. And I figured moving forward, the SEC was going to get extremely friendly, which they are, and that we would see an overall return easily crushing the S&P 500, which it is, and we'd be able to take these gains and just compound them over time. And so I wanted to show people how I DCA'd in. It dropped a little bit, of course, but as it ran loops around things. So one of the ones is Bonk. Bonk is in that list. So then I also had US-based cryptos, I should say. US-based cryptos was the other side of that equation. I wanted cryptos that were based in the US. There you go. And so I looked at some, and I wanted some high flyers, including Bonk, and I put them in there. Not everyone worked. Not everyone worked. But for those who don't work, obviously I had so many solid plays in there and diversified that one card that falls over doesn't tumble the whole house. We made this house of concrete. You see XRP in there. You see some of the Bitcoin and Ethereum. I loaded it up to make sure there was a great foundation, put in some flyers in there, and let them do their thing. And so that was some of the reasoning behind it, the overall look of the crypto space, looking at where I thought things were going to go. Continued to DCA a little extra into XRP, which, of course, there were so many fear, uncertainty, and doubt spreaders out there. Oh, the supply, blah, blah. And here we are, closing in on all-time highs. We are 10%, roughly a little over that, away from everybody in the world should be up on that play. Same thing with Bitcoin. Look at this. Let's look at this. This is BlackRock. They are now, I used to show this on my channel when it was at 500,000, 400,000. It's now at 700,000 units. 700,000. It's incredible worth of Bitcoin. It is insane. So they continue to move things. What do you think happens if you see BlackRock after the SEC, these rules down in DC they're voting on, all these pass, you think they stay on the outside looking in? Or do you think they take their trillions of dollars in assets under management and start opening doors? They don't have to be a first mover. BlackRock does not have to be the first mover. They can sit back patiently, do things the right way as the top tier business when it comes to all things dealing with the government, the big money, the millionaires. No, the billionaires and trillionaires that you never heard of. And they all work and they wait until the moment's right. What other projects does it make sense for them to get involved in with widespread acceptance, widespread growth around the world? Well, we know they're in Bitcoin. We know they're in Ethereum. What makes sense? And obviously we don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. I can't knock on their door and say, hey, BlackRock, can I come on in? But we can take educated guess. We can take educated just moves. And if we're wrong, you set a stop loss and you walk away, tail between your legs, tax break, move on to the next project. That is how I look at things. And I hope everybody out there realizes we're here to help you. I'm doing the best I can. Not every play is going to work, but I swear to God, I will do everything I can to help as many people as I can.
And I love that. And I totally agree with you. because I was actually talking to Chris Sane like maybe 2 days ago, and we were talking about how the reason that we get to be where we are is largely because God wants you to be there because he knew what you would do with it. And
Yeah.
I wholeheartedly and utterly believe that. That's why I think if I give and pay it forward to you, I know that it's not going to stop with you. It's going to go and translate to somebody else. You may not get your own rent paid because I can't pay everybody rent in here now, right? But you may be the one to be inspired to do something nice for somebody else. Maybe you're in a store and you see somebody struggling, looking for, trying to, oh, I don't have the right amount. And they're right in front of you in the grocery store line, and you decide to pay for their groceries for them just so they could eat today. So I want you guys to remember the way that you're going to get in this world is you got to give. Leave the world better than you found it, family. They want you to think the whole world just sucks and everybody's bad. No, that's not true. The world is a beautiful place if you look hard enough, family. So I say that to say, make sure you invest so you can bless others. That's really what the end goal is. You want to be able to invest and bless others. Josh?
I was just sitting here thinking, and we all have our goals and the things that we're investing in and the people we're investing in. I'm not going to talk about the specifics, but the other day I made a donation to a charitable. It was actually a building that helps house young men, boys who are going to need to be, sort of trained and put back into their communities, healthy, right? And they need this building, and I wrote the largest check that I've ever donated to an organization. And I sat there afterwards and I wanted to pay for the whole building. I sent that money out and I thought, man, I just want to, what can I do to get myself to the place where I'm not contributing, but I'm covering the whole thing? And,
Yes.
each of us is on a different journey. Each of us has spent a different amount of time in Wall Street. But I think, first of all, I'm just very humbled by being with you guys. And each of you, I know are strong givers. And, for me, there comes a point when you're not chasing money anymore. You're chasing how you can impact lives. I'm getting older. I'm 50 right now.
Come on, man.
This is my golden age. And for me, more and more, it's about how can I slow down on what I'm building for myself, because I built a lot. And how can I begin to build up more people? So I'm just sitting back watching what you're doing, Keenan, and I'm loving it. And I know that in someone's life that showed up to YouTube today and they thought they were going to watch a video and they get a bill knocked out, that's a game changer. I'll just relate real quick to Mo at the beginning. We could all tell some stories about some tough times. When I started off, I was 21. I had babies, a wife, a house, and cars, and there was nobody coming to the rescue. I could relate to what Mo was saying. And it's a privilege to be where we're at. I think I would encourage more people to believe in themselves, to risk at least their time to learn. I gave this analogy this morning in a live that I did, Keenan, that I saw this video of a young guy who was drawing, right? So these are his drawings at the age of 9, 10, and every scene was a different age. So it was the next year and another drawing. And his drawings were just like every little kid's. They weren't good. They were just awkward little stick men. And somewhere, about the age of 16 or 17, they started getting better. And then eventually there was this burst where he's like doing photorealistic drawings. And that just so caused me to think about my own journey in investing. And I think a lot of you guys would say the same thing, is it was just sticking with it. My first year, just like that kid's first drawing, was awkward and ugly and was no great piece of art, maybe something only a mother would love. And then over the course of time, all of a sudden, one day it kicks in. I had some experiences where I remember I had 1 month not too long ago where I made more money. I made so much money in that month that I could have put all of the years of struggling and trading and then multiplied it by many, many times. And I made it all back in 1 month. And you know what that taught me? It didn't matter. It doesn't matter what I lose in the future. I could lose everything. But the power of that month taught me that if I stay with it, there'll be a day of the dog again. There'll be another moment of rising. You've got to have a little faith. You've got to have a little faith and believe in yourself. Nobody's better than you, right? Nobody is more gifted than you. We all bring something fresh and unique to it. It's persistence. You never fail if you don't give up.
Right, and that's absolutely true. Larry, I'm throwing you up. And I wanted to just say, that's some powerful stuff. That's some powerful stuff,
It
everybody.
is.
And
It
I
is.
want everyone really to leave this one in the spirit of giving. We don't have to wait until Christmas to start giving people stuff. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to wait until Thanksgiving to be thankful. No, we got to give and be thankful all of the time. So, Larry, I'm
Right.
going to leave it to you for now.
Well, a couple of years ago, I made a large donation to a youth center. I shared it with Josh, and it's a youth center in Chicago.
Yep.
And I had told Josh and to any pastors out there, I don't want you to take this wrong, please. I said I've invested enough money into buildings, and I just want my money to go to where it's actually really touching the people. And it was a church. It was a church that built a youth center, and I was so inspired. And I wrote a check for more than I used to make. And I just remembered how humbled I was. I was shocked because when I left there, I was just like, they were grabbing the check. I had the big check printed. They were grabbing it, and I didn't want to let it go because I'd never did that before. But I've done it many times over. And when you give, it shall be given unto you. And I just want to show you guys this. You see this? I do these. I snapshot when crypto is down. This was March 10th. Bunk is down to 10. You see that? 4 zeros and a 10. And I just want to tell you guys, last cycle in 2021, you guys know I made over $250,000 off of a meme coin, right? Last year actually, I was talking about Bunk when nobody knew what it was. So and there's many meme coins, but Shiba Inu, you guys that's been following me for a while, you saw me make actually over $272,000 on that. And then Bunk, I just had this feeling, and I'm not a meme coin whisperer, but it has proven again that it's been there. And I was talking about it last year when it was beat down. A lot of my followers that watch the page, they know that. And Josh, I believe it was Josh that said something, maybe Keenan. And that is this: when you lose, the worst thing you can do is stay down. You get back up. You reassess. You write down what you did wrong. You write down your mistakes. You go back to the mistakes because the lessons are in the losses. You learn your lesson and you get back in. And when you get back in, believe it or not, with a lesson and disciplines, you will find out that your wins will outpace your losses. And that's what I want to tell you guys. If I lost every single thing today, my wife and I told her this, if I lost every single thing today, there is a system. And I'm begging you that's listening to me, if you trust the system and get out of your headspace, you will make money. You will prosper. And just like Chris saying, I've had these same conversations with him. God put us in this position. To whom much is given, much is required. So it is required from the four of us gentlemen to pour into you guys. We're just four that are being obedient, because I'll end by saying this. I said this before, and I know there's a lot of new people on this page. If the four of us were in a desert and we were with no water, and there were 4 bottles of water, just put it in the sand, and we might as well just drink the 4 bottles because all of us would die anyway. But if we looked and saw a whole ocean of clean drinking water, then shame on us for not sharing it with you. And I believe in my heart of hearts that God has ordained the four of us to show you and help you with your financial journeys. And that is what we are here for. It's not about the money. I'm still in the same house I've been in 18 years now. I've been in the same house. I bought this house for $180,000, good people. I'm still in it. And that doesn't mean I'm not going to buy a new house, but it's just money doesn't mean that much to me anymore. It's legacy, and you guys are our legacy, not just our kids and our children's children, but you guys are our legacy. So I'm going to leave it right there. When I say I love you guys and we love you guys, that is the real deal. Love you guys.
Right, that's definitely the real deal. And Mo, I'm going to throw you back up. Are there any
I appreciate
stocks
it.
or crypto that you feel people are not paying enough attention to?
Yeah,
Even if they are
we're
paying
getting
attention
up.
to it, are they looking at it the right way? What would you say?
Yeah, there's a few of them I was looking at. I threw that up, and I'll tell you what. Just you said stocks, so I'm going to get away from the crypto for a little bit. But one of the big ones for people, and you got to understand, I got TBIL. This is a treasury. This is the 3-month treasury ETF, and all you have to do is you get 4 point something, low fours interest. You get interest on this, a dividend, and it's risk free. It's from the government. The government, they buy the T-bills, they put it all in here. You get 4 point something percent, divide it by 12, and you get paid monthly. It's fantastic. All right, you don't get 4% a month. You get 4 point something divided by 12, then that paid in monthly. I reinvest it into T-bill. All right, so some people say, why would you do that, Mo? You're good at your research, because no one's perfect. And we never know if something's going to reverse and it's out of our control. All right, they call these events black swan events. They're not predictable. Could be a bomb going off, could be anything out there in the world, wars, anything. And with that being said, when those events happen, you want to have dry powder. Now, dry powder doesn't mean cash in the bank making no interest. Dry powder can be T-bill, getting my 4 point something percent reinvested monthly, the annualized reinvested monthly, and letting it grow and continuing to watch it grow. And that's what I do. And so I added a little bit more in there this week. And then I look at some of the stocks in the big budget. And I know some of them fan favorites, some of them not. They got the big tax deduction for big equipment. You got Texas Instruments. I got Honeywell. I got HCC, which is a coal mine. I know some people say, oh, hold on here. They get a massive tax break, And there's Alibaba, one of the new ones I just did today. I believe that you're going to see the U.S., and I don't know. I've been burned on this one 2 other times. So I don't know. But the budget ones are HCC, Honeywell, LHX, STZ, TXN, based on that new budget. I also think NVIDIA, I already had that. You can see it's up 61%. I already took profit on that. I only got half a position left in it. I'm letting this one run for a little bit with a stop loss. So, and the same with Amazon. I already took half of that. It's up to each person. I don't buy in diamond hand anymore, man. We are all about moving things around. We're trying to make, even with Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, if I see a moment that I think, okay, it's too good to be true, I don't mind taking a little bit off and then setting them stop losses. And if they hit them, that means it is reversing. It is hitting points that I think we're going to drop more. And I trust my research. So the plays I showed you there, hopefully you guys got my portfolio here. You saw the crypto one as well. It's up to you. I'm not here. I'm not telling people what to buy, sell, and hold. I'm just sharing what I'm doing. And like I said earlier, I do give you my word. I am trying my hardest to do the best I can.
Right. And me too. And I'll say this, the day is going to come, in my opinion. Can't tell the future, but the day is going to come when NVIDIA is a $200 stock. The day, in my opinion, is going to come. I can't tell you when that'll be, when Bitcoin is $200,000.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you when that'll be. It could go to 50 in a month, but I still see it going to $200,000 in the future. I remember in 2017 or so, we had Bitcoin go up to like 19K, and then it fell asleep and went all the way down to like $3,000. and everybody was, oh, you're so dumb for buying it at 19. You foolish. You bought it at 17. Oh yeah, look at this, $3,000 now. Now that it's $118,000. You guys want to hear something crazy? I had somebody laugh at me because Bitcoin was 123, and I was like, wow, I can't believe Bitcoin's 123. This is great. And then it came down to 117. Oh, see, this video aged poorly. I'm like,
Oh my God.
Bitcoin, like at what point do
Right.
there's a concept that you can't see the forest for the trees. It means you in a forest, but you're so close to a tree that you cannot see that you're in a forest. You're just looking at this one tree. And I'm like, wait, back up. Let's take a step back from this tree that you're looking at here and notice that you are in an entire forest. Bitcoin being 123, if this ends up being the all-time high of Bitcoin ever, I would be surprised. I would be very, very surprised. And I imagine many of you would be surprised as well. Could it go back down to 17,000? Anything could happen. But guess what I would do? I would buy it because I've seen it happen so many times. I see BlackRock is buying it. And listen, before they were buying it, I was buying it. So I say all of these things to say, please, family, please, at a minimum, invest into something that is stable and long-term. It's just been going up. You are doing yourself a disservice if you are not investing at all because of fear. There's a such thing called, or it's called an opportunity cost, which I mentioned in my previous video, which I would highly encourage you to watch. An opportunity cost in this case is you missed out on an opportunity and it is costing you dearly. You know what all of us got hit with an opportunity cost on? We didn't buy Bitcoin in 2010. We didn't buy it. We got hit with the opportunity cost. We could have bought a Bitcoin for 5 cents and it's currently $180 or $118,000. We could have bought Bitcoin for 5 cents. Well, we didn't know it then. We didn't understand it. We missed that opportunity. What about when artificial intelligence, and many of y'all heard this, there was a chip shortage during the pandemic. Chip shortage. Well, what do you think that means? People and companies are looking for computer chips. NVIDIA takes off. Chip shortage is over. Artificial intelligence is taking over the world. So
Yes.
make sure that you're paying attention to these things, because if you think artificial intelligence is going to slow down, you are sadly mistaken. And I want you to be on the right side of the tracks on this one, family. So that doesn't mean be a crash test dummy and just go head first and just buy everything that got AI in the name. It means do yourself some service, believe in yourself, like Josh said, and invest into your brain. Invest into your brain. And I want to just end it on this. I'll let you guys get your last final notes, but I want to end it on this. First of all, hit the like button if you got any value out of this, whether it be you are now inspired to do good for other people or you have learned something. I want you to hit the like button to show YouTube that you need to get sent videos like this. And the next thing is, family, please, 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 please invest into your mind. I don't know how many people that I know have spent $50,000 to $100,000 on a college degree that they aren't using. And now they're in all of this crazy loan debt. But they won't invest into things that they will know will help them. But you got $50,000 in student loan debt, $100,000 in student loan debt. But you're afraid to spend some on a book because the book costs $27, and this book will help you more than that degree has been helping you because you're not even using it. Family, you got to put things into perspective. Don't fall into these games that the world is trying to put you in. Invest into books, invest into classes, invest into mentors. Who should mentor you? Somebody who is where you want to be. That's who should mentor you. Somebody who is where you want to be. You see somebody like Josh being the chart GOAT and you want to learn charts? Why wouldn't you want him to mentor you? Wait, doesn't that make sense? You see Larry make enough to pay off his house multiple times over on a token? Why wouldn't you want him to mentor you? You see Mo decide 2 weeks ago that he wants to start a $2 million portfolio. Why wouldn't you want him to mentor you? Do you understand what I'm saying? So don't ever, and not even just us. I'm sure there are other people you follow here on YouTube or wherever. If you find them to be trustworthy, invest into yourself. Not even invest into them. Invest into yourself because you're saying, yep, you're doing something that I want to be able to do. Maybe I don't subscribe to your thing or I don't buy your thing, but maybe You could tell me. I hit you up in the comments. Hey, did you buy any books or learn from anything that I could go and do? I don't want to subscribe to your thing, but I want to learn from you. Family, invest into yourself, please. I'm telling you, it's going to change your world by cutting your learning curve in half. Now, does anybody else need to say anything? Too bad. I'm cutting the live off. I love y'all. I'll see y'all in the next one. Take care.